Hello, good evening. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. My name's Heather. I'm a songbird stamper and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Fareham in the United Kingdom. Apologies, I am a little bit late because I was actually just playing. I was crafting away, having some fun, and then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, it's time to go. Hey Lisa, how you doing? All right. Thank you for popping on this evening. Nice to speak to you virtually. Hello, Katie. And hey, Louise, how are you? So I've got a couple of things for us today. I'm going to have to take my top off. I'm all right, actually. I'll take my top off. It's a bit hot in here. No heating on, just fluffy trousers, fluffy top, but a bit warm, which I'm not complaining at. So I've got a few things. I had a parcel delivery yesterday, day before yesterday, with the new birthday kit. Birthday organizer kit. So if anybody hasn't seen it, it's a bit bright, isn't it? If anybody hasn't seen the birthday organizer kit, that's in here. It's quite a big box. It's bigger than the normal kit size boxes. And the fitting Florets sweet collection. So I've got a few things to show you that I've made with this already. We'll see what time is. We'll see what the time is. See what we get to make with the gorgeous dies that comes with it. So this is what I was playing with. I love this. I love the font and I love the floral images, the flowers. Perfect for colouring in. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You don't need to colour it in as well. I made a card today, just kind of monochrome, but I know I must have been really lucky, Lisa. A couple of people have said they've got theirs stuck, their parcels stuck. No, it came absolutely no problem at all. Very lucky. Yes, I'm feeling grateful. But yeah, I did this just stamped, not coloured in, just stamped on a background, and I can't show you the card because it's been sent in the post. Well, it's not. It's going in the post tomorrow morning. But hello, Anita. Nice to see you this evening. Thank you for popping on. So, what is in here? I haven't even opened this. A kit. I love a kit. Actually, I do love a kit. So this is the. I might have to zoom you out. It's quite big, isn't it? This is the birthday organizer kit. Which way we're going? That way. I'm terrible. Well, I used to be quite good. I go through fits and starts. Remembering people's birthdays. Yeah, I'm a prolific card maker and a terrible card sender. So in your kit, you get some tear and tape. So we'll see what we need that for in a minute. I'm terrible as well. I think this is 2020. I don't know how much this is. I should know, shouldn't I? Oh, I'll find out. Let's have a little look. I should be able to see. Normally I reach for my catalogue, but it's not in the catalogue. So, oh, they're pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous gems, these. It's £24. This one, £24, and you get everything that's included in here. Hey, Claire. You get the mini glue dots. These are pretty. If you can't see these are all different colours. Little sequins. Aren't they cute? Gorgeous. So you get your sequins, you get your dimensionals, and then you get cards as well as the organizer. So it makes, how many cards does it make? I should really have looked. 12 cards. It's quite a lot of cards, isn't it? It's pretty, really pretty. So we'll have a go at making a couple of those. So you get your envelopes, patterned envelopes. You get your card bases. So I think it makes 6 of each. So you get your dotty background, and then I love the fact that it's on both sides. Actually, I'd be tempted to cut that back side off and then make more. I would probably chop that in half, put that onto another plain white card, and then have 2 backgrounds rather than using it as a whole card. That's just me, because nobody really looks at the backs of cards, do they? Apart from Katie's children to tell me off that I haven't put my stamp on the back. Right, that's those. You get your die cuts. And this kind of complements the Abigail Rose. Is it the Abigail Rose stamp set? Cottage Rose stamp set, which is another favourite of mine. So that would go really, really well if you wanted to kind of mix and match and bring things in. But yeah, pretty. So you get your die cuts. How many sheets are those? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say 6. Yeah, we need 6 of those because obviously we've got 6 of each card. We've got our months in multiple languages. So if I fancied being French for the day, then I could. And obviously, if you know anybody who speaks other languages, you can donate to those. Same with these little things. You get them in all the different languages. It's so they don't have to make 4 different kits up with all the different languages because obviously Stampin' Up's a global company. I know some other stamp companies, like Spanish ones, they'll do mixed stamps, so you don't get everything in each language. Some of the sentiments are in actually Spanish. So this is a bit different. You get everything in your language that you need that's just got multiples. Ah, hey Mary, you joined us. Nice to see you. So you get some die cuts here, and you get these ones as well. So again, you've got them in multiple languages. We've got 6 of each, so 6 happy birthdays. Does seem a little bit of a waste, doesn't it? I think, but I do know somebody who is German. My sister-in-law's German, so I will give those to her. But it just means you get everything, and they don't have to make multiple kits. So then we've got the book itself, and it's got pockets in the front, and then these. Oh, do you know what? I wondered whether it would. When somebody else did a demo, I didn't see this, and I was a little bit disappointed, and I thought I was going to have to make something up. Each month has got pockets, and look how big that ring binder is on here. So the reason the ring binder is so massive is because you're going to put cards in here. So this is hopefully going to really help me. Oh, Dutch your way. I can send the Dutch ones your way. Of course, Katie. You'll have to tell me which ones are the Dutch ones. So let's just say, for example, these are a couple of cards I've made recently and shared on my social media. Let's just say you've got somebody's birthday in January. You can make the cards and put them in here. And then they're there, ready to go. I love that. Same for February, March, April, May, June. That makes me really happy because they're just all in there, good to go. And you could, this is going to be a really good gift, even for a kind of non-card maker. What a couple of people have suggested doing is you buy the kit, you make up the cards. Say you've got some elderly relatives, okay, in your family or whatever. You make up the cards, and then you put the cards in here, just in the front. There's a pocket in the front and a pocket in the back as well. You put all of your cards in there. You can then you put your months on. So let's get the months out. Okay, how reckon I'm going to get that in the center? Okay, January, that's not bad. You put all your months on, and then you give them this. And then you give them the whole thing with the cards made up, and then they can write down the birthdays, and then they've got 12 cards to send throughout the year. I think that's going to make a really nice gift, Emma. Yeah, don't forget to add your birthday, Katie. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I saw somebody demonstrate it and I didn't know about the pockets inside, so really pleased with that. I won't bore you all by putting all the stickers in, but that's all you've got to do is go through, put January, February, March, all the way through, and then we'll make some cards up, shall we? But yeah, love that. It's good size as well. It's even big enough so that if you had 2 people's birthday on the same day, you could squeeze those both in. You can even write down the sides, because that's quite annoying sometimes. If you've only got a tiny area and you've got 2 people's birthday on the same day, it's like, now what do I do? But you've got plenty of room in here to amend. And you can even decorate the tops if you fancy going crazy. So that is your gorgeous, gorgeous book. Beautifully designed. You could even add some colour. I've seen somebody add colour to this where they didn't. I think it looks gorgeous like this. I don't want to. But I've seen somebody add more colour to the leaves and the flowers with the alcohol markers, the Stampin' blends. Good gift, that £24 Christmas present. Fabulous. Right, I'm gonna get the instructions. I'm going to be good. And I'm going to try and follow the instructions. I'm not very good at following instructions, but I will do my best. So, card number 1, we're going to get. So the way the instructions work is you kind of just they're pictorial. So there's no language in here. I think this is gorgeous. So we're going to grab our card. Like I said, personally, I would probably chop this up and use this as 2 if it was just me. But I'm just going to make this for now. As is, I am going to follow the instructions. So take a card. And then grab a strip. It's not a complicated kit. So even a non-card maker. So if you wanted to gift this to somebody, they don't need to be a card maker in order to do this. I don't even think there's no twine or anything, is there? So you don't even need scissors to cut the twine. You could stick this all on with glue dots if you wanted to. I'm just going to use Tombow because I find it a little bit easier. Love how that neutral tone works. With this here. And that's just going to go straight across the middle. And then we need to grab the big flower. So you could even add elements with the cottage rose or some of your other stamps and dies if you wanted to. Some of these leaves are not coloured in. Again, if you wanted to colour them in, you feel free to do that. Your alcohol markers, watercolour pencils, anything like that. You would, yes, Mary, you would be chopping. And I'd like to see what you did with this negative as well, Mary, because I know you do like to use your bits and pieces. The more bits, the merrier for Mary. Yes, I've seen what you can do with bits and bobs, and it's really quite marvellous. I'm not sure I've stuck that on straight, but it's roughly in the middle. I'm not quite so adventurous, I must admit. And I've got 2 bins underneath my desk, one of which is for recycling and one of which is for normal waste. I must admit, sometimes I have to be a bit ruthless and go through and throw all my scraps and things away. Yeah, they're gorgeous colours, Anita. Beautiful pinks and greens. And they coordinate with the overall kit as well. So this just goes on roughly centrally. A little bit more over to the left, I think this is. And it's going over that middle banner, just like that. And then these little glue dots, these are quite cool. So you just peel off the glue dot and then stick it onto, let's go for this bud to begin with. Stick it onto the bud and then peel off the backing. So again, really nice if you're going away somewhere or you know someone who might not have any kind of bits and pieces to craft with. All you need to take is the box, and all they will need is the box. Everything's in there for you. Every now and again, these kits come with twine, so you just need to add some scissors. But not if you're flying. Do not take your precious snips if you're going on an aeroplane. Because that would be sad and you'd lose them. Okay, what am I doing now? So I want to put the leaf on next. Again, I am just going to use Tombow just because I find it easier. It's a bit quicker. I don't have the patience of a saint. I must admit, I am quite excited to see what I can step this up with, but it's gorgeous just as is, but definitely could keep going and embellish it. And then we've just got one of these little stickers, and I'm just going to pop that. Now it has it on the instructions coming up over the top, but in order to have it over the top of the flower, which you've raised on dimensionals, they must have done that on a computer, because it's going to have to go underneath, unless you had it just kind of, I suppose you could stick it down and then just have the end up, but I'm just going to tuck that under, and that's that. It's your day. Really, really simple. I'm going to whack on a few of these gems. It's got quite a few of these, I think 6 or 7, and they're going to really lift. I can't work out whether they're all different colours or whether I'm looking at them in a different light. I think they're all different colours. How many does it say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, they've put one up there as well. Okay, look at me following the instructions. They look a bit like rain dewdrops, don't they? Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Anita. Yes, the kits are brilliant, and they're Christmas. That's going to kick 5th card. Good for you. There's enough to make 12 in that kit. They're cozy and bright card kit. We had a class in the other day. I've got 2 more classes coming up. 20th and 24th. I've got 1 space available for an in-person. So if anybody's around Hampshire, Fareham, Waterlooville way, and you want to come and join us, give me a shout and see if we can get a date that works. But yeah, I've got 1 more kit left for the cozy and bright. That is that. It's very subtle colouring, isn't it, Mary? You could definitely go in and add more. Yeah, you could really, really go in and add that one. That one there, it just screams to me. It's kind of saying, colour me in. Colour me in. Show me some love. But I know I won't get it the same as that kind of colouring. Not on camera anyway. So that's that one. And then the other one, so it's that kind of spotty background we've got next. Yeah, I could quite happily spend a lovely evening just making these up. But as those who've in my cozy and bright card kit will attest to, I also like doing alternatives. It's a bit naughty because the kits are gorgeous as they are, but just like to play sometimes. So this is a portrait card. So this one was a landscape card, a long ways. This one's a portrait card, and we're going to have this triangle, this triangle, this is super simple, this one. So you can see, I don't think there's many people who couldn't put this together with the instructions that they get. And you're going to have one of these stickers. This is a sticker, so it's sticky on the back. You bought 2 of these kits ready to make up and give us Christmas gifts with some extra cards I've made. Joanna, I think that's a fabulous idea. Yeah, I think it's absolutely brilliant idea. Somebody's got handmade cards ready to go, and they're going to love it. And a beautiful birthday card. Oh, you'll have fun if you take it to the library tomorrow, Katie. All your cut-out flowers. So apparently I need some tear and tape, although I'm not entirely sure what for. So let me have a look. What does it say? Oh, it says to tear and tape the backgrounds of these. Yeah, they're bit big for glue dots, aren't they? Even you might get one finished. What, this one, if you got this kit, Louise, I'm not convinced you'll finish the Cozy and Bright card kit. I designed 6 alternatives. I could have kept going. I had to force myself to stop. But if you get that finished during class, I will be amazed. I might even buy you a present if you get the Cozy and Bright finished in class. But I'm sure you'll finish it at home or at the maker's house later on. But this, I reckon you could finish this if you didn't do any alternatives. This card would actually be really good for for men. It's a masculine card, I think, this one. Geometric shapes. So I think you've got that's how I'm seeing it anyway. You've got your male cards and your female cards all in one with this kit. Gorgeous blacks and greens. They've not put any pinks in this one and kept it quite subtle but bold. If that makes any sense. So it's a really bold design, but it's a nice subtle simple, I think is the word I'm looking for. Men like that. Men don't like extravagant, flowery layers. And then it's just got 3 of these little sparkles on, which I don't think's I'm going to put it up there, I think. Just 3 of those. Do they tell you what colours they use in the kits? Mary, we shall see. Yes, coordinating Stampin' Up colours. You see? Basic black, evening evergreen, petal pink, Sahara sand, and soft succulent. I thought they did. And you've got a video as well, so you can watch the video here. Watch detailed instructions for this kit when you scan this code. So all you do to scan codes like that, did you know you just take a photo of it, or just hold your camera, just get your camera on and then hold it over the top there, and that gets that on. Okie dokie. What else do we need to do with this one? I think that is it. So yeah, really, really, I love that. You best keep quiet that workshop then. Yes, you'll have your head down and beavering away, I am sure. Okay, so we've got those 2 and the kit, which I've lovingly placed. And then, yeah, basically make all those up and then you pop them ready to go. So next year, folks, I'm going to try and be better with your birthdays because I know I'm terrible. But I think that's brilliant. I'm going to fill it with lots of cards that I've made ready to go. I'll know when people's birthdays are. Exciting. Hey, eating your body weight in chocolate this evening. Oh dear, Eloise, one of those evenings, is it? I'm desperately trying to be good before we go to Vienna in November. So, desperately trying. I didn't say I was succeeding. And obviously, don't forget to put your envelopes. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? So, which envelope goes with which, I wonder? That's got to go with that one, I think. And you can put them in the envelope. You can write the envelopes. Good to go. And then you'll have the date there. Oh, I think that's cracking. Oh, I will probably be doing Louise's fussy cutting for her. She keeps me out of trouble at the workshops. Don't you, my dear? Fussy cutter extraordinaire. Right, let's put those down there. Because this is... Oh, I better clear up, hadn't I? It's the boring bit, clearing up. Okay. Otherwise I'll lose it and I won't know. This is exciting. Where is it? Okay. I didn't go for the whole suite, but I went for the dies, and the gems were not available, sadly. But I went for the dies. I'm going to show you everything because I think they're stunning. And I went for the papers, stamp size papers, but not the Christmas. It comes with a Christmas stamp set as well, which I think I'm probably going to regret getting. Look, I've been shopping into it. Oh, you would have put them on the opposite envelopes. Each to their own. That's the nice thing I like about crafting is you can do whatever it takes your fancy. So let's talk about the stamp set. A stunning font. You've got your thank you. You've got your birthday. You've got your just a little reminder that you are loved for a special person on a special day. So lucky to call you friend. And then these beautiful images. Which kind of reminds me of the I'm just reading Mary's comment, sorry. It just reminds me of the Everything is Rosy stamp set. I don't know why, just something about this reminds me of that, and I loved that one. The check on the bottom of the floral one. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I think I went for brown and brown envelope. So yes, it's photopolymer. Missing a stamp. It's on my stamp block. So you take them off and you put them on there, and you can see exactly which stamps are missing, which is brilliant, especially when you come to clear up at the end of the day. Not so easy to see what the font is backwards, I'm not going to lie, but you know, it's what it is. I like the fact that you can see what's missing. And then you've got the framed florets. Now notice this. Okay, how many times have people got annoyed, frustrated, let's say, that the stamp is called one thing. It's a bit bright, that light, isn't it? It's not that one. Okay, that the stamp is called one thing and the dies are called another. Framed florets dies, framed florets stamp set. Apparently they have listened, and in the new catalogue, all the stamps will match the dies. So I'm no longer going to have to remember two names for the same thing. I don't know why. I don't know why they used to do it, but they used to do it, and it was two different names, and now it's the same, which is fantastic. Really pleased. So it's a double sheet die. Gorgeous, gorgeous ovals. We don't have any ovals at the moment. No, the existing ones will stay the same as they are, but that's okay. We can cope with that. You've got these beautiful. I've got one on the floor because obviously that's where you keep your die cuts, and that's what it looks like cut out. Stunning. Yep, the hearts one. Now that's got no cutting edge round either side, so that just cuts out a frame. I'm going to use that in a minute. I'm going to show you what I've made, and we'll make it. Oh, that would look fab in gold. So many options. And then this one fits inside here, and that's got a cutting edge on the outside and on the inside, so it cuts out whatever's outside of it, and it cuts out this ring in this shape, and it cuts out the inside. So I'll run all these through the big shot, and I'll show you the cut and emboss machine, and I'll show you what it cuts. And then you've got this one, which has got a cutting edge on the outside and a cutting edge on the inside, but it's got two embossed things. So whatever you cut, and I've got one here in Evening Evergreen, whatever you cut is double embossed. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, love. And then that's the frame that it cuts on the outside. So there's options. There's plenty of options. They're really lovely dies, aren't they, Anita? And then obviously you've got for your non-fussy cutters. Oops, my book just fell off my bookshelf. That's a bit random. That was, I mean, it wasn't like lengthways in, it was just sat on the end, so it's not like, I don't think there's a poltergeist or anything. And then for your non-fussy cutters, you've got the ones that cut out the stamps. So I think there's one for everything. So we've got one for this, we've got one for the leaves, we've got one for the flowers, each of those. We've got a little leaf, we've got everything. So all the images cut out. It is a bit Art Deco, isn't it, Mary? It is a bit Art Deco. I've yet to use that one, but I have used the others. So I'll, yeah. Should we make something? Should we have a go? We're going to use that one, that one, that one. And that's about it, I think. I'm not prepared. I haven't got anything ready, so you'll have to bear with me. I will use that one, and then I might fussy cut the rest out. Or I might dive back into the dies. Let's see, shall we? Oh, and the papers. Let me show you the papers. Oh, I didn't do the best bit. Okay. I want to get playing. So we've got that kind of gingham. Oh, that does my eyes in, but that is beautiful. Then you've got that side there. with that one. Let's off center them so you can see. And then we've got this one, which I've been cutting into with that on the other side. Oh, this is gorgeous. I want to eat this one. Nom nom nom. I love that. And I have made something with that already. I've made 2 things with that already. And that gorgeous soft succulent on the back as well. That's a really, really nice colour. Then you've got a sheet of this one, which I think most of us are going to love. You can cut out the images. And there is one that matches the die, but it is only one. So you can fussy cut the images out. Or you've got that on the back. No, there's going to be a fight, isn't it? I've got one sheet dedicated to the blue and one sheet dedicated to fussy cutting. The paper is a special offer. So this is available to customers, I think, in November. So if you're not a demonstrator and you would like to get your hands on this, November is when you can. And for the month of November, the paper is going to be a special offer. Oh, and you've got this one as well. Oh, that's Christmassy. Love that. That's like the mistletoe berries, isn't it? And that pink on the other side. Beautiful. So if you want your hands on the paper, that is for November only. And then in the new spring summer catalogue, which is going to be launched to us, I believe it on stage, these will be in there. So this is a pre-release for what's coming up in the new spring summer catalogue. Right, so let's get making. We're going with white. We're going we're going white on white on white. I'm going to show you quickly. Yes, Mary, they are your sorts of papers. I'm going to make this card. I'm going to show you how to make that one. And I've got a little box as well. If you're good, I'm going to do a quick ROM. If you're good, I'll show you how to make the box afterwards. We might be a bit longer than 9 o'clock, but hey ho. There we go. Okay, so we need a sheet of cardstock. This is thick basic white, 14.5. Card shouldn't take too long because it's quite a simple card. And then I need to find my scoring blade because it keeps falling off. There it is. 10.5. If you're good. Yeah. How much was special price? Special price. I don't think it is a special price. I'm not sure what I said. So it's just a special. The papers are available at the moment in November. They'll be available for customers. Let me find out how much it is. 2 secs. And we need some thin basic white cardstock as well. So let me grab that. Okay, so we've got some basic white cardstock, and we're going to cut this to 14 by 10. Okay, so the Fitting Florets collection, the stamp set's 22 and the dies are 35, but you can get them as a bundle for 51.25, and the papers are 11.25 for 12 sheets. So we're going to cut this to 14 by 10. So it's not the cheapest, £51. It's not the cheapest, but it's gorgeous. I think you get loads of stamps and dies in that set, so it's quite a good little bundle, that one. Now what we're going to do is I'm trying to remember how I made it. We're going to use the hearts one, and I'm just going to lay it on. And remember, this doesn't cut, so this is just going to cut out some hearts around the outside. Yeah, that's what I've done. And then out of another sheet, I'm going to cut that separately. So you could absolutely put that inside there and then cut it out. But I'm not going to for today. I'm just going to cut this out separately because I kind of want it to raise up Can you see how it's where it's stuck on? It's raised up. So let me just go and die cut those two. You want to take your time to get that lined up straight. And then look at all those gorgeous hearts that it pops out. Love that white on white. Stunning. And then you get left with all these little hearts that you can use as elements. You can stick them on. Or use in a shaker later. Exactly, Katie. For now, they're going in the recycling. Because I've already got some saved and I'm sure I'm going to be cutting many more. I don't know where else to put them. And then we'll cut this one out of here. Now, what you get from this then is a frame and an inner. Heart confetti, absolutely. Yep, definitely keep onto those. You can use them for all sorts. We're going to save the inner. You can use that on another project. And we're going to use this just as a raised up frame. I think that looks beautiful. So let's get sticking those down, I think. Yep, we don't need to do anything else to those. I did as well. You could cut round the outside of the hearts if you wanted to. I should show you. I cut them out of a funny colour because basic white cardstock is out of stock at the moment. So I'm just being a bit careful. So these are the ones I cut earlier. Out of garden green, and that's where I cut round the hearts because I had that die on the inside. Cut me out the frame, and that's where that one's from. And then I cut round the, just freehand with a pair of scissors, cut round the outside of the hearts. When you die cut, it leaves a little bit of a ridge, so you can kind of follow that ridge. And then this one is from that single die that I showed you, the one with the Art Deco one, as we're calling it. So that's everything that it kind of cuts out in a funny colour. I mean, doesn't match the suite at all. I could have at least chosen Evening Evergreen, couldn't I? But they're just to show you what you get. And then this one's going to stick on just again with a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. Don't need much, just once round, and then that's going to stick on. Again, just take your time, line it up neatly. Okay. I am going to stamp this Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday, I think. Or am I going to go Thank You with All My Heart for this one? Might go Thank You with All My Heart because it matched the hearts around the outside. And I've already got it out. It doesn't fit as well. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it and see what it will look like. Should work. Should work. I just need it to be high enough because all the decorations at the bottom. The font is beautiful. I was sold on the font as soon as I saw it. So I've just inked that up in Versamark. I've got some silver embossing powder and my embossing buddy. So I'm just going to rub the embossing buddy. This is just filled with like powder, like cornstarch powder, something like that. Stops oil if you've touched the card with any of your hands or anything. It stops it from oils, from residue from picking up the powder. That was a long-winded way of saying it. Okay, stamp that down. That's going to go into the powder, the whole thing. I was a bit wary about doing this to begin with because I was like, oh, I don't think I've ever stuck a whole card in. But, oh, yeah, it's all gone inside. That's okay. Just shake it out. And then we can just use our finger. I've got a paintbrush as well if I need it, just to take off any excess. So if you get excess on here, just with a little paintbrush, go around and take that off. Okay. And then we can heat emboss that one. So this happened to my card last time and I was gutted. Look, it's all warped. It's all warped and funny shaped. However, I just left it alone and it has returned to perfectly normal. Like perfectly normal. You wouldn't ever tell. So don't try and do anything with it. Just leave it as is. It will sort itself out. I have faith because this one did. And I honestly didn't do anything to it. So just where you've heat embossed the whole thing together. Normally you just heat emboss a little bit of card, but I wanted the whole thing to be, you have to kind of assemble it in order to know where your greeting's going to go. That's what, unless somebody knows a better way of doing it than me, but it will sort itself out. So then we can get to stamping our little elements. Now I've gone for grey, smoky slate, because we've got a really soft and subtle card. I'm getting attacked by boxes and all sorts. I've got a really soft and subtle card, and sometimes when you put on black on that, it's too harsh, too stark. So I've gone for grey. So I'm going to stamp it in the smoky slate, and that's going to go there like that. And then I want to stamp two of the little flowers. The little flowers, you get the big flower and little flower, two of the little flowers, two of the little fronds, I don't know what people call them, and two of these leaves. So I'm going to have some stamp cleaning to do afterwards, that's okay. Two of those, and two of these. Okay, I've done three just because I misstamped one ever so slightly. Then I'm going to colour them in with my watercolour pencils. And we've got Balmy Blue, Granny Apple Green, and Flirty Flamingo somewhere. Flirty Flamingo is hiding. Where are you? need a pot. I need a pot to put these in. Okay, put them over there. So we've gone Flirty Flamingo. When you've got new pencils, they can have quite a harsh tip on. So my big tip, just rub it on colour onto a scrap piece of paper, just so that you can create yourself that soft edge to colour with, because then you'll get a much softer effect rather than a harsh pointy line, kind of almost scratches in if the tip is really pointy. And we just want a nice, I'm not going to do anything with these. I'm not going to watercolour them. I'm not even going to use the blending brush, the kind of blender pen. I am just colouring plain and normal. You could, if you wanted to, you could use the blender brush, you could do all sorts. But I wanted to keep this quite simple. Nice easy card. Now the difference between watercolour pencils and colouring pencils and Stampin' blends, the amount of colour that is laid down is by how hard you press. So if I press really lightly, I don't get much colour down. Press harder, I get more colour. That's not the case with Stampin' blends. So it's a different way of colouring. That's why it takes people such a long time to get used to the Stampin' blends. I'm in the middle of running my course at the moment. We're having a great time. Everybody says they're learning loads, which is fabulous. And I'm due to be doing again a new one in the new year. But yeah, it's a completely different way of colouring. This is what you grow up colouring with, pencils, and then you move on to felt tip pens, which I don't really like because you can't really blend with them. You can't really do anything with them. Very difficult to get any kind of shading and depth with a felt tip pen. And the kind of alcohol markers is something that you never really learn how to use. So really subtle colours these, but I wanted to keep it nice and light. Do you know, I just can't get my head around how quickly the weeks go by some weeks. So, oh my goodness, it's Thursday. And I'm going live already. It seems like only yesterday it was last week. Granny apple green, isn't that a gorgeous colour? I don't even know if you can see that as well. I think it doesn't show up so well on the camera, but it's stunning. So the leaves are going to be in granny apple green. And I'm just missing out these little bits. Can you see there's the tiny little bits? I wouldn't call those leaves as such. And I'm actually going to do those in the balmy blue, just to bring in a third colour. Now I'm going quite quickly here. You can take your time. Oh no, you lost us, Mary. What? I'm glad you got back. Oh, thanks, Eloise. Thanks, Anita. I'm glad you're enjoying the course. It's really lovely to have you. I love teaching it. I find it fascinating, and learning off other people as well. But I find it, I find it brilliant just to try and teach people when they struggle with them, because there's so many people do struggle with getting a good blend, and we start right at the basics. What are they, and how do they work, and how can you get the best out of them? Okay, so that's basically all the granny apple green done. I love Flirty Flamingo and Granny Apple Green together. Just going to pop a little bit of Daffodil Delight in the centre of the flowers. There, and then we can go in with the Barbie Blue. Very lightly. Again, I don't want this dark, so I'm just pressing really lightly. Subtle hint of blue here. I think I am going to use the dies to cut these out, which is unusual. But I should be able to put them through because I've got all the different elements. Should be able to get that done in 2 die cuts. So I've got that one there for that one there, that one there, and our little flower. I will be back in just a second. My die cut machine is just on the floor. It just means I have to hop down here. Okay, we've got this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. One more pass and we can get making. Anybody pops on while I'm concentrating at the die cut machine, they think there was nothing happening. So apologies if that was you. But I feel like I can't breathe because I'm trying to line everything up and I just have to make sure. I hope it stays there. I hope it stays there. Okay. So they're all our little bits and bobs. This is going to go on some dimensionals. Like I say, this has just warped, so just ignore the warping. It will go back to normal, I promise you. That one has. That is what I'm basing my promise off. As long as you don't kind of nuke it when you heat gun it, just gently heat gun it until it's ready, until it's turned. So I'm going to pop some dimensionals down on this one. And I love how this just goes around the bottom of the frame. And I've just got it so it's just covering up the bottom of the hearts there. And then these are going to go. I haven't shaped them. I haven't done anything. I know. I have to get an annoying soundtrack like hold music, Mary. I have to get some hold music. And I'm just going to pop these leaves just to kind of bring it round the frame a little bit. So they're going to go tuck underneath. Oh, hurt my finger. I've got repetitive strain injury in my finger from crafting too much. My poor little finger. Okay, and then this side here. It's going to go on there. I'm just copying one side, the other side. And then we are finished. I feel like I just want to pull this one out ever so slightly. I don't know if I should, but I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. Now that is basically that. We're just going to pop on some gems. I'm going to go for the plain old basic rhinestones on this. Although, I think those sequins might look quite nice. And what else have we got actually? I was thinking those sequins from the kit, but I shouldn't use those up. But haven't we got some nice... These iridescent rhinestones. The only problem with these iridescent rhinestones is that there's too many of the big ones for my liking. I need to find a use for some of the big ones. And that is that. Yes, I quite like that with that one. So we've got one birthday ready to go. This one could go straight in my birthday calendar, couldn't it? And then I have that ready to go for next year. One birthday, one thank you. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, really, really love that set. Ah, you're welcome, Anita. So we are at 9 o'clock. So what I think I'm going to do is show you the box, give you the measurements, and then I might make it in a reel and pop it on Instagram because it's quite cute. So it holds 2 crunchies. How are there still 2 crunchies in there? I don't know. Probably because I've got one more crunchy left in my bag. I bought a bag of them to do treats with, and I've eaten them all. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That paper underneath. So really simple box. This is really, really simple. It is measurements in case you want to write them down. 11 and a half, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half, 11 and a half by 13, 11 and a half by 13. It is cute, Louise. 11 and a half by 13, a piece of Night of Navy and a piece of paper, same measurements, 11 and a half by 13. Cut the two the same. Then all you're going to do is notch out the sides of the box. Then you're going to score it, both of them. This is going to be at 2 centimeters, exactly 2 centimeters on each side, this box. And then the lid, what you're going to do is score it at just under 2 centimeters. When I say this, can you see I'm just using this right hand side? So imagine I'm scoring this at just under 2 centimeters. So there's the 2 centimeter mark. Can you see? There, that big line, that's the 2 centimeter mark. Come on, camera. There it is, 2 centimeter mark. All you're going to do is just measure it up on that and pull it back about 0.5 millimeter. And then score it at 2 all the way around. So score it at just under 2 centimeters all the way around onto the paper. And then your lid will fit your base. Because all you've got to do basically is allow width of the cardstock. And then your lid will fit neatly on. And then I've just used the dies to decorate it. So it fits on perfectly. And there's your millimeter. There's your 0.5 millimeter at the bottom. if that makes sense. 2 mini ones or 2 whole ones, Eloise? That's what I want to know. And then this is the frame we just mentioned, we just used, and the inner as well. So I cut one out of white, one out of Night of Navy, and then I've just layered them on. The little die cut, little leaf in silver, 2 flowers. Now they're stamped in Night of Navy and coloured in with the Stampin' Blends Balmy Blue. Silver and white twine, couple of gems, heat embossed sentiment, good to go. And there's our little box. So I'm going to share that in a reel coming up soon, but I thought I'd just give you the measurements. 11.5 by 13, score at 2, all the way around. And then this one, which I haven't finished yet, but I thought I'd show you a sneaky peeky of this card here as well. So it's going to look something a little bit like this. But isn't it a gorgeous suite of products? This is the 2 designer series papers. And then these are chopped out. This is the circle with mini. Okay, that's not too bad. 2 whole crunchies, that would be quite bad. And then it's the one that's double embossed. That goes on there. These are die cut out of papers. Don't forget, even if it's the edge of the paper, you can still use it. You just tuck that bit underneath so that you don't see it. And then you've got your thank you, or I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. Thank you with all my heart. That is, I only got this out this afternoon. I only had a play because I thought, oh, let's have a little prep and get something ready for tonight. So loads of options. They all look really different as well. I think I look at the paper sometimes and think, oh, it looks a bit chintzy, but it depends what you do with it. So you've got plenty of options. You're more than welcome, Louise. Lovely, lovely to spend the evening with you all. I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, this is available in November if you'd like to. You can purchase any of the supplies I've used today, as long as they're current, which I think they all are, from my online store. The link's in the description below. If you're watching on catch up, thank you very, very much for joining us. If you'd like to watch more of my videos, please do hit the like and subscribe button. And you'll get notified if you hit the little bell as well of any kind of lives that I do. And I'll be back. Will I be back next Thursday? That's the question. Will I be here next Thursday? I think so. Oh, I've just got your text, Yvonne. She says she can hear, but she can't speak. She can't chat, which is a real shame. So hello. I hope you enjoyed that as well, Yvonne. So let's have a look. What am I doing next Thursday? Yes, I will be here next Thursday. No idea with what yet, but I look forward to seeing you. Thanks, Katie. You're very welcome. Lovely to see you all. Thanks, Eloise. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, Anita. Thanks, everybody who joined. If I've forgotten to say your name, I apologise. But yeah, nice to see you. Drop me a comment and let me know where you're from. Take care, guys. All the best. I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now. Bye.